America is a vast nation with diverse perspectives and ideas. These diverse perspectives offer our greatest strength, and they are the key to the Electoral College. For well over 2 centuries, the Electoral College has ensured that all parts of the country have a voice when it comes to picking the next president. So how does it do that? By giving each state 2 electoral votes, with additional votes being allotted based on population, so states with larger populations get rewarded with more votes. But smaller states still get a say in choosing the next president. There's a brilliance in this system to be considered. Physical closeness tends to breed sameness, which can work well in local communities, but it doesn't build a resilient network of diverse ideas and perspectives for decision-making. The founders knew that when choosing a president to represent the entire country, we need something better than just an agreement between a lot of people. We need agreement between a lot of people from a lot of places. After all, getting 10 New Yorkers to agree on something isn't the same as finding consensus between 4 New Yorkers, 2 Ohioans, 2 Coloradans, a Texan, and a Georgian. Which do you think results in a better decision that represents people from all 50 states? But the national popular vote is an effort to go around this through an agreement between the states that their electoral votes will go to whoever gets the most total votes across the country, not to the candidate who won their state. So, for example, even if a Democratic candidate got 100% of the votes in Colorado, while a Republican won the most votes nationally, all of Colorado's electoral votes would still go to the Republican. That's not right. To get this done, instead of amending the Constitution, which would certainly fail, the people behind the national popular vote effort are trying to go around it with a special contract between the states. Here in Colorado, there was bipartisan opposition to this, but it still managed to pass the legislature. After the governor signed this into law, citizens kicked into gear and got the necessary signatures to get the repeal of the national popular vote on the ballot in Colorado. Those signatures came from Democrats, Republicans, and independent voters. People across Colorado agree. It's a simple notion. Colorado's electoral vote should go to the candidate who wins the most votes in Colorado, period. And this isn't a partisan issue. Out of the last 8 presidential elections, Colorado has voted for 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans. We even gave an independent candidate 23% of the vote in one of those elections. We're a purple state. Candidates have to come here and earn our votes. That's how it should be. But if the national popular vote was implemented, candidates would almost certainly only focus on the biggest cities and states. They'd be foolish not to. Colorado would get flown over as candidates campaigned in New York and California and a handful of other states. If you're not convinced, take a look at the map. The highlighted area just along the coast shows around 100 million people. And here's how much of the country you'd have to cover to match that number. Almost 10 times the total area. So it should be no surprise that over 99% of the money that's supporting the national popular vote in Colorado is coming from out of state, mainly from California. People outside of Colorado want to control our electoral votes. They're willing to pay for them. But we believe in self-reliance here in Colorado. We believe we can make the best decisions for ourselves. And we know that every vote counts here in Colorado. But if we give up our electoral votes, how long before we give up our voice entirely? Our job is to spread the word about why this is so important. This is an issue that goes far beyond typical partisan debates. We should be in charge of our own electoral votes. Please encourage your family and friends to vote against the national popular vote.